What's up, guys? We're back, and you may be wondering why we aren't at the fairy fountain and we are instead in Link's house. And that's because I think technically this is faster, but I also saved. And there's no way to save and continue in this game, as far as I'm aware. It's just save and quit. So that's kind of lame. Alright, so we're heading to this place over here. I might be going the wrong way, actually, but let's just see what's over here. Why not? Go on a journey. Yep, definitely going the wrong way. Over here is... Oh, no, we're not. Cool. I can't remember what's in this house. Yeah. But if we go up... We're going the way we're supposed to. This is the library. And you may be wondering why we're at a stupid library in a video game. Well, that's why. So stop asking stupid questions, you idiot. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you an idiot. That was really mean. So, I don't know why I'm doing that. Just Zelda tradition. Alright, now, we gotta go to the desert. And we're gonna go to the desert. That's it. Gonna try to get there kind of fast. Now, the way you go to the desert easily is just, you gotta, the only way to go to the desert, at this point, is to go to Link's house, go down here to the swamplands. We'll be back here. Actually, you know what? Might as well do something now while we're here. If we go in here, we can do this. Get ourselves some bombs. And you gotta back out. There's no way to do that puzzle without closing off one thing. However, now we can go back here. And what's back here, you may ask? Well, let's find out. We open the floodgates. Ah, fuck you. And you may be wondering what's behind door number 2. It's bombs. So that's cool. You can hear them explode. I like that a lot. And we got ourselves a piece of heart. And we're a bunch of terrible people. All of us. Because you witnessed that. You didn't stop me. You could have stopped me, but you didn't. And now those fish are dead. Oh, hey, let's talk to this guy. Pay no attention to the average middle-aged man standing by this sign. Leave him alone. No. Why did you take my sign? It says plain as day to just leave me alone. Sheesh. Well, now I feel fuck bad. And he's gone, so it's fine. So we're going to the desert. That's an octopus. I think. Yeah. 8 arms. I don't know what those things are supposed to be. Just sand monsters. So, we got the Book of Medora. What does that do? It lets us read this tablet that otherwise is just in Hylian, and you just gotta make a wish. Link could literally wish for anything right here, but he wishes for the door to be open. He could just ask for Ganon to be dead, ask for all this to be over. I don't think he does. I don't think that's how that works. I'm making jokes. I got those. I'm trying so hard, you guys. Just bear with me. Alright, so, dungeon number 2. I told you we'd be here. Now, this one's a lot trickier than the last one because you got these Beamosses. And they suck, and I went the wrong way. And the Beamosses will mess you up if you're not paying attention. And you got these guys, which are they're fine. So, we can do that. Fuck. Ah, this is all going bad. Oh no, you guys. You can kill those eye guys with a sword, by the record. I didn't mention that last time, but it's easier to kill them with a pot or an arrow. I need more hearts. All right, we're good. We're good. So, let's try this way. This is much more open and not as linear as the last one, too. And it's mostly linear because you basically have a very set way to go. But it gives the illusion of complete openness. And it's really cool. But it's very daunting. And very different from the last one. Because the last one was open enough, but it wasn't this. Oops. We don't have the big key yet, so we can't get that. Silly me. But we got a key, and we can go this way. Let's see what's behind this door. What was behind the door? Sadness. That's all. That's it. That door's just a trap. It's a little cheap, I suppose, but, like, it's a dungeon, man. What do you want? Because usually in Zelda games, when that happens and it locks the door behind you and you have to kill enemies, and they did that a lot in Ocarina of Time, probably as a call for that because they liked the idea but didn't want it to be as unfair. You have to do it a couple times in this game, but not to the extent or similarity as Ocarina of Time. And really, that whole thing is just got the big key already. We're amazing, you guys. We're so good. I don't even know what I was talking about. It's, rooms where, because usually you get stuff from that, and you don't get anything from that room, and that's not fun. All right, so we run this way. We go back in this room. No, we don't. Yeah, we do. No, we don't. I lied. I realized I was going into the wrong room as I was going into the wrong room. But I didn't do anything to stop it, so, you know. Joke's on me. Joke's on you guys. I trolled you. I got you. I got the power glove. It's so bad. I feel like everybody who plays this game has made that joke. But it's so easy. You can't help yourself. Alright, so the cool thing about this dungeon, and not a lot of Zelda dungeons do this in general. Oops, we got caught in this guy's trap. Is that you'll see in just a second when I do this, see what's behind here. Nothing. Fairies. Sorry about that. Ignore that. It's fairies, which is cool. And we got 2 bottles, and there's 2 fairies. I feel like that was intentional. Fairies, for those who don't know, if you die, they will bring you back to life, and it's awesome. So what I was saying is that the cool part about this dungeon is that you go outside, and you get a piece of heart here. And if you're wondering what the Power Glove does, it does that. And you can't open, or you can't pick up those types of rocks before getting the Power Glove. So, back in the dungeon. You are a bad person. So we can just skip this completely. Now, you'd think that we were almost done with the dungeon when we got the Master Key. But kind of, that's the halfway point. This game does some clever stuff with the dungeons. I guess after Zelda 1, which was so pretty basic of just like, alright, go to the dungeon, get the item, kill the boss. And then sometimes Zelda goes back to that formula, but honestly, I think it's fine. There hasn't been a single Zelda game I've absolutely hated. There's been some I've not liked a lot, like Spirit Tracks and even Zelda 2. But there's never been one I hated because it's Zelda. It's hard to... Zelda's kind of the only thing that does Zelda, and it's hard to get Zelda wrong. Especially when the creators of Zelda are doing Zelda. I haven't played Triforce Heroes yet. And that as a Zelda game might not be the best, but it's a co-op game. It's like Four Swords. It is what it is, and you can't really get mad about it. The interesting thing about this game does it a lot, where you'll get an item in the dungeon and that's not what you use on the boss, because stereotypical Zelda, whenever you get an item in a dungeon, you use it on the boss, and that's kind of the biggest place you use it, is the rest of that dungeon and on the boss. And this game does that sometimes, but it's not everything, because a lot of the items you get will just be like the power glove, or special. You get a mirror shield later on, and you get some special armor. Now, there's going to be some slowdown on this boss, but the cool thing about this boss is that there's 3, and it's neat. That's all I really have to say about it. Not the hardest boss by any means, but it's all right. It's fine. And we're done. Boom. How you like me now? It's fun to catch those, like Castlevania when the orbs drop. It's fun to try to catch them without them hitting the ground. We've done it. We've done it again, my friends. All right. Now, on to the next dungeon. Might as well do that in this part, because that was like 10 minutes. What's in here? What is in here? I don't remember. Oh. Hey, Saharasula. The blood of the hero. I love Zelda's overarching lore. I'm one of the timeline guys that's like lives and dies by the Zelda timeline, because it's just a lot of fun to piece it all together and see what games reference each other. Like Wind Waker just being all about Twilight Princess's, or not Twilight Princess's, Ocarina of Time's plot, and Twilight Princess being about the split timeline, where Link goes back and tells the King of Hyrule about how Ganondorf is a horrible person, and they execute him. It's just cool. I like seeing it. And I like that Nintendo has officially come out and talked about the timeline, because I feel like they have a little more emphasis on the timeline now. Like Skyward Sword, a lot of that was... like, that game knew it was the first in the timeline, and it was really cool. Where am I going now? Not this way. Where am I going? Okay. Alright. Alright. I have a basic idea of where we're going now. This part, I don't know why I'm blanking on where to go. I'm just gonna go this way. Sorry for wasting all of your time. Like, I know how to get there, but I know where to go, but it's how you get there that's kind of bothering me right now. But it shouldn't be too tricky. The Octoroks in this game are cool. I like them. I was about to jump in that water thinking I could swim, but I cannot. Yeah, I know where I'm going now, I think. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. One thing nobody really talks about in this game is that Link has pink hair, and I absolutely love it. It came from a mistake. We went the wrong way a little bit, but that's okay. This is where you're supposed to go, I think. Yeah. All right, we're on the right track, ladies and gentlemen. See, that white block over there, that white rock, if you lift it up with your newly acquired Power Glove, you go in here, and we're going to Death Mountain, ladies and gentlemen. So strap in and enjoy the ride. Keep your hands and feet in the ride at all times. Hey, it's an old man. And he's like, yo, I lost my lamp. Take me with you. I'm blind. I'm old. This old man's cool. Don't tell me to watch my step, old man. I know exactly where I'm going. Fuck. All right. That was for a joke. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry. Oh, that's right. The old man. You can't really run. Get wrecked. And we're out of the mountain. So these guys, I've never been able to figure out what these guys are, what their deal is or anything. They've never appeared in another Zelda game as far as I'm aware. Except, I think they were in A Link Between Worlds, but that's kind of obvious. But I digress. I just got a magic mirror, which means when I go into the dark world, I can use that to look into it and come back. Like, oh, it's not here. I lied. You do get a portal here later on. Let's just see what's over here, though. Might as well. Yeah. I've always liked how this looked. It always looked super cool to me. I don't know why necessarily, but it just looks pretty. You can't access that area yet. That's actually in-game stuff, which is nice that you see that now. Oh, no, I died, but I got fairies, so it's fine. I was being a little reckless there because it's fine. I had fairies. I'm going to regret that, but, you know. And at this point in the game, the fairies fill your life all the way up, but at some point you'll be wishing the fairies will do nothing for you, basically. I don't think using the Pegasus boots to go up the ladder is any faster, but it feels like it, and it feels good. Look at that. Look at that 3D. Look at that. It's really good looking. I love it. But yeah, Link has pink hair. I forgot to talk about that earlier. Here's a portal to the Dark World. Because that is actually a really good time to talk about Link's pink hair. Because you see that he's a bunny now, a pink bunny. And this game only had a limited color palette, and I can't do anything as the bunny. And they wanted to have a pink bunny, but if they had the pink bunny, they couldn't have Link's blonde hair. So they just went with a pink bunny and not the blonde, not a blonde rabbit. Or maybe it was due to a mistake and they didn't realize it until it's too late. I'm not quite sure about that part, but it was because of the limited color palette of the SNES. And this game's already so colorful, they couldn't really have anything else. What do you want? What do you have something to say? Silly rabbit? Tricks are for kids. So this is a bully and little ball kid. So these guys are talking about how when you go to the Dark World, you get trapped there because they went there seeking the golden power, which may or may not be the Triforce. We got a full heart piece, or full heart container, ladies and gentlemen. I'm saying ladies and gentlemen a lot. I don't know why. Let's see what's over here. I think I have to have the Master Sword for this, but it's nice to show off as of right now. See? That's Hylian, but if you look at it with the Book of Medora, hold up the Master Sword and you will get the magic of Ether. Ether! So yeah, we don't have the Master Sword as of yet. But it's cool if you look at that at this point in the game, because it's like, yo, what's the Master Sword? Or I think they already talked about the Master Sword. Maybe not, I can't remember. But it's like, man, the Master Sword's going to be so cool. So, this is the third dungeon. This is the last dungeon of the Light World. Technically. And these enemies are really cool because they bounce you around. So you got to be careful for these holes. Like that. Oh, I can't go here yet. That's right. I'm dumb. I've wasted your time. I've wasted all of your time. You didn't even know it. So this dungeon is all about levels. I'm going to switch to the bow so I have a projectile. These little worm bastards. Last one. Dang it. The last level was about openness. The first level was pretty linear and it was basically a tutorial level. This one's all about the different levels and the switch to do that. So with this, we'll get the map. And yeah, there's nothing over there. Those Dodongos. I can't waste the fairy here. I don't think I'll need it later on, but it's good to have at least one fairy on you pretty much all times. Because otherwise, you don't risk getting into super tricky situations. So this one, you actually do have to wait it out. So it's interesting that they introduced the concept in the last dungeon. And this one's like, no, you can't. You have to wait out the entire thing. Interesting stuff. So just dodge and weave. Like Little Mac. I'm sorry for the... Well, there goes the beeping. I was about to apologize for it, but the tile stopped that. So we're out of fairies. Hopefully I can get some soon, or I won't need them, but, you know, sucking it up just a little bit. All right, kill this. Get in here. Just like their white-headed counterparts, you kill those guys easily by throwing pots at them. And this will give me, what do you guys think it is? It's the big key. Yeah. All right, so now we can go into that room up above. You are a bad person. Ah. And upstairs we go. Now, we're gonna wait. Hopefully I didn't... You mother... Ah! This can get a little frustrating. Some of these dungeons, the ones that incorporate this, some of them do involve like backtracking and stuff where you have to... There's one dungeon where the entire end of the dungeon basically revolves around one of those types of puzzles, and it's really obnoxious. And it's not horribly designed or anything, but it just takes you out of it, man. All right, moving on. We're getting pretty close to the end here. Now, that thing is actually technically optional. However, you do need it. It's optional in the way that like you can beat this dungeon and continue like for a good chunk of the game without it. That chest right there. But you cannot I'm going to spoil it. Go ahead and spoil it. It's called the Moon Pearl. And what it does is let you keep your normal form when you go into the Dark World. And you actually cannot have... you cannot do anything in the Dark World. And you eventually... That's where the rest of the game takes place. But we got it now. That's actually... I did it in one try because I've learned from the School of Hard Knocks. But... That's actually, you have to approach that. I'll show it off here. I'm not going to show it off because I don't want to waste time, but right here, if you go into this hole, anywhere but the top, you will actually, you'll fall through the hole that you saw down there instead of landing on the star and getting to go to the Moon Pearl. And it's really clever, but can be hard to figure out. So this guy is a motherfucker because... he will bounce you around, and hopefully he doesn't knock me off, because it's very easy to get knocked off, and you go down 1, possibly 2 levels if you mess up good enough, and it can be annoying. So let's go. Ah! Get Donked on! First try. I feel good about that. That's the end of that dungeon. Woo! I don't think I've done that in my first try in a long time. I feel really good about that. Because that thing, if it knocks you off, it resets. And you have to do the boss from the beginning. And the boss itself is not hard, but not falling can be rough. Gonna take a drink of water real fast. Bear with me. Professional level gameplay right here. Now, since we got all 3 pendants, we can go hit the Master Sword. I'm gonna show off this real quick. I kept my form. These guys are super jelly. You aren't just some normal guy, are you? I like that. Now, we could do this the hard way and go down the mountain, or we can do that. So, now we go to Kakariko, I believe. I feel like that's the easiest way. If not the only way. But it might be the only way. But we're going to Kakariko. We can do that. And save 0.5 seconds of time to get into that house that we don't need to go into. Because it's just a gambling minigame. It's a very special episode because we're making a ton of progress just right off the bat. I mean, not right off the bat because this episode has been going on for like 30 minutes. But you're all smart, you know what I mean. Oops, can't go that way. So, we go to the forest. I thought I could get past him easily, but I was in fact wrong. Sorry for messing up there. I was using the analog stick on my Xbox controller. In case you didn't realize the joke earlier, I don't think I mentioned it. I am actually playing an emulator because I don't have an actual recording device for my consoles. But I own 8 different copies of this game, basically, so it's not illegal. I swear. It's just... Guys, it's the Master Sword. This is it, the Master Sword! No, that can't be too bad. So yeah, there are just fake Master Swords around here. It's a neat touch, I suppose. But I know the real way to get the Master Sword. So, dun 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 dun. Guys, it's the Master Sword. Now, this has Hylian writing on it, but if you read it, the hero's triumph on Cataclysm's eve wins 3 symbols of virtue. The Master Sword he will then retrieve, keeping the knight's line true. Are you ready, guys? Guys? Guys! We're getting the Master Sword! That's so hype! Yeah. I always thought the pendants looked like bunny ears. I hate to ruin the epicness of that moment, but they always looked like bunny ears to me because of the way their strings were. Suddenly, Sasura contacts you with his mind. Link, it is extraordinary that you won the Master Sword that makes evil retreat. With this shining sword, I believe you can deflect the wizard's evil powers. The destiny of this land is in your hands. Please, Link. Woo! Master Sword, baby! We did it. We did it. Now, in the next episode, we'll go defeat Aghanim and beat the game, I swear. It's not just the beginning. He's not going to retreat and make our lives miserable. See you next time.